But that said, if you want to put something underneath you, if you want to put a blanket or a block underneath your hips, your chest, your upper back, you know, in a sort of back bendy style. You can also, and I think I'm going to do this, take a blanket and give it kind of a skinny fold, not necessarily roll it up, but like a 3-fold from your square. So if you have a towel, you know, you're just kind of looking for something long and a little bit on the thicker side. And we'll do this long ways on your mat. So this is really nice as well. It kind of supports the whole spine and gives, you know, the whole front of the body a chance to kind of, you know, peel open. It's not going to peel open that much, but a little. So when I'm sitting on the floor, and this is a little bit of space behind me, but fairly close to me. And as I lie back, it should feel like it's just nestled into your lower back. And it's you really have to line yourself up. If you're quite tall, your head may come off the end a little bit, so you may need to add a little something to give your head some support. But I think for most of us, we'll fit on the blanket. You do want something under your head, I think. All right, and then arms out, palms up. So as you turn the palms up, just kind of draw the shoulder blades a little bit down your back. Not to like super pull, but just so that you feel really open and spacious at the tops of your shoulders. And your legs out long, and your feet can just plop out to the sides. If this is a lot for your lower back, you can always bend your knees. Right? Bend your knees. Let the knees knock in towards each other. It's a little softer. So feel free to switch to that at any point as well. All right. Let's take a couple of breaths. Take a big breath through your nose. Inhale. Filling out all the way up, holding it at the top. Relax your shoulders. Release it with a sigh. Exhale. And just let the breath pour out. Let your body soften. Right? Notice if you feel a little extra tense, a little extra tight, just sort of generally. You know, that it's been a wild week. So just see how you're feeling, how that's landing, and let's see if we can soften with the breath. Let's do that big breath 2 more times. Inhale through your nose. Filling up, right? Biggest breath. Hold the breath. Soften. And then release. Exhale. Let your body soften. Maybe it's a little harder to take a deep breath. Let's try it again. Inhale through your nose. All the way up. Holding again, and again softening in. Even as you're holding this big breath, relax. Maybe there's space to sip in a little bit more. And exhale. Let your body melt and soften. And then start to just smooth out the breath in and out through your nose. Pouring the breath in. Pouring the breath out. Let the breath just calm the body. Calm the mind. Each inhale and each exhale. Smooth and steady. Just dropping into this moment, to this right here, right now. Not that there aren't a million super important things to think about, because of course there are. But we're just going to take this time for ourselves, you know, this next hour and a half-ish, a little less than that, but whatever. Right, to just for you, for your body, for your breath. Right. Important, right? To just take a little time for yourself. If we show up for ourselves, it's a lot easier for us to show up for other people, for the world. So as those thoughts try and pop in, you know, which they probably will, it's totally valid. Just like notice it. Okay, later, right? Once I'm done with this, I come back to that. Right, so we're just kind of setting it aside for now. And then maybe you might find that you don't even really need to think about that thing at all later. But in any case, not right now. Just you and your breath. If you have a prop underneath you, just notice the effect of that. See if you can soften over it a little bit more. Notice if there's gripping or tension that could soften. Right? There's some necessary tension, but we have a lot of extra. So see if there's somewhere that could release a little bit more, soften a little bit more, maybe in your shoulders, maybe around your eyes, or your jaw. How about your belly? Relax your legs, soften the thighs. Let yourself have just a couple more breaths here, just being really soft and heavy. Before we start moving around. So whether you have props underneath you or not, and feel free to rearrange your props if they won't let you do this comfortably, but I just want you to do a couple of circles of the arms. So just out to the sides, just let the backs of the hands skim the floor and bring your arms slowly overhead. Right, it's like a snow angel, except we'll take it to the top, right, all the way up. If you can, right, and then back down. Right, you can bring your hands however far down towards your hips and waist that you like. Remember, so you find the edge of your mat and you go back up. Slowly back up. All the way up. And back down. Just take your time. I guess not super slow, but slow-ish. Maybe it's not the slowest. All right, last time, up and overhead. And once you get up and overhead, just stretch through the fingertips and see if you can get any more stretch in a way that feels good. And if they're not already, turn the palms so they're facing each other and the thumbs are down towards the floor. You kind of lengthen through the pinky edges of the hands, through the ring fingers. And now let's bring the arms straight up towards the ceiling. And the hands come down by your waist. And if your knees aren't already bent, maybe let's bend the knees. And we'll roll to one side or the other to take if you have a prop underneath you, to take it out. So I'll move my blanket and then just lie flat on your back. And if you were already flat on your back, then you'll just lie here some more with your knees bent. And we'll hug the knees in. So bring them in, wrap the arms around your shins and rock gently side to side. All right, so just let that feel nice across the low back, the kidney band. Everything's feeling back there. Then over to the left, we'll come into the twist briefly. Knees come down, right shoulder towards the floor, easy stretch here. So, right, you don't have to press down on your knees, but if it feels good to press them down towards the floor, you can. Let the shoulder melt to the floor. It may or may not touch. Just relax into the stretch. Then back up to the middle, bring the knees to center, take an inhale. Exhale the knees over to the other side. And then again, melting the right shoulder down towards the floor. Just let that stretch happen. One more breath here. Good. All right, coming back up to center. I forgot to say at the beginning, if you have a block, I didn't even grab a block. I love when I do that. In my mind, I have a block. Let's grab a block. Or, you know what, honestly, for the purposes of this, it doesn't even need to be a block. It could be like a pillow or anything that you could just squeeze between your legs. So it doesn't necessarily have to even be a block, but if you have one, let's do that. So between the ankles, your feet, right? So the flat way. And if you have a pillow, you know, just stick it in there. So you feel a little bit of engagement along the inseams of your legs. And then arms out wide like a T. Press the low back down into the floor, right? So for our purposes right now, we want to keep the low back down on the mat, right? So if at any point your low back starts to lift, just pick your feet up a little higher and press your low back down into the floor. All right, so we're going to do an experiment and just see how low can our heels go, and we keep our low back on the floor. So keep pressing your low back down, and it really requires some like consistent pressing down. Pull your hip bones up towards your ribs. Try and get as close to the floor as you can. Press the low back down. See where you get. Remember that. Lift your legs back up. Woo! And then we're just going to go up and down. To that point, however low you could get, let's go to that and then back up, right? So keeping the low back down on the floor. Take in, inhale. And an exhale. Inhale, lower the legs. Exhale, lift them up. Oh. Inhale to lower. To whatever your depth is, exhale to lift. Keep squeezing your block or your pillow. Lower and lift. It's kind of surprising how heavy that block or the pillow gets. Keep going. We got a few more. Press the low back down. Keep it on the floor. Keep going. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. I'm laughing because it's getting kind of difficult. Let's do two more. Inhale to lower. Oh, exhale to lift. One more time. Press the low back down, lower, and lift. Oh, release your prop and let your legs come down. I'm just going to do a little Supta Baddha Konasana with the soles of my feet together so my inner thighs can relax a little bit. Woof. Okay. You're welcome for that. Just, you know, gotta pull your attention. Hug the knees. Rock again. And then let's rock and roll forward and back a time or two so we can come up, roll, and all the way up and over to our tabletop position where we will do a couple rounds of cat-cow and start linking the breath a little bit more to the movement. So as you inhale, scooping the heart forward to stretch the belly. Exhaling, rounding the spine. Drop the tailbone down. Inhale, heart goes forward, soft face. Exhale. Stretching the back of the body. Do that 2 more times after this one. Press your whole hand into the floor. Press out through the fingertips. Arms nice and straight. Exhaling, grounding. Come into tabletop. Right, heart goes forward. Hug the rib tips in, right? A little lift in the belly. So we're more of a centered, neutral spine. Bring your knees a little closer together and let's send the right leg straight back. Oh, try and drop the outer right hip down. Reach through the lifted heel, hug the ribs. Lean into the right hand, send your left hand forward. Right, so get a little more lift. Right, get your arm by your ear, your left arm by your ear. Right, and see if you can pick the right leg up a little higher. And then pull your hip bones to your ribs. Lengthen your heart forward. Take a couple more breaths here. See if the arm will lift a little higher, and maybe the leg can lift a little higher, and hug the ribs in and take one last breath. Inhale. Exhale, bring it all down. Hand down, knee down. Ooh, if you need a moment to sit back and stretch your back, feel free to do that. Your back should feel like it was doing some work. The muscles along the length of your spine. So hopefully you're feeling that. Oh, all right. If not, lift your chest more, lift your arm more, you'll feel it. Okay, back to tabletop because we're gonna do the other side. Knees a little close. Externally rotating the arm, so you're wrapping the tricep back and sending the inner elbow forward. Right, to get a little more stable in the shoulder. Send the left leg back. Outer left hip down. The tendency is to want to pick the hip up, especially as we press the thigh up. So try and keep the hip down. Keep those ribs in. Left arm stays, right arm reaches forward. Right, so breathe. Right, now, left arm devices, the arm will kind of droop a little bit below the head, so lift your arm higher. Try and get your arm by your ear. Hug the ribs in, zipper the belly, try and lift your leg a little higher. Right, lengthen the heart forward, lift the chest, hug the ribs in. That same work like you were trying to press your low back into the floor, lift your belly. Take another breath, try and lift the arm a little higher, the leg a little higher, inhale. Exhale, ooh. Bring it down, hand down, knee down. Sit back for a moment. Oh. Right, relax that. All right. One more thing. Same tabletop. Wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Send the right leg back. Send the left arm forward. It starts off very much the same. Ribs hugging in. Right, press the thigh to the ceiling, lift the arm, take an inhale. This time round, exhale. Right, hollow out. Pull your knee in towards your face. And then stretch it out. Inhale, get long. Exhale, round. So the back body stretches as you pull the knee in and pull the elbow in. Inhale, reach, lift the leg, lift the arm, lift the chest. Exhale, round. Inhale, stretch it out. You want to keep lifting the belly. Do it 2 more times. Round. And lift. Hug the belly in. One more like that. Round the spine, squeeze. Inhale, stretch. And then bring it all down. Hand down, knee down. Maybe a moment to sit back. Ooh, appreciate the difference on the 2 sides. All right. One more. And then we'll really get this show on the road, I guess. All right, tabletop, left leg lifts. Outer left hip down. Lift the ribs, the belly. Right arm goes forward. Pick the right arm up, pick the left leg up. Right, feel that engagement, the squeeze in the back of the body. Inhale. Exhale, pull it in around. Right, stretch the back forward. Inhale, lengthen, stretch the front of the body a little bit anyway. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Feel the squeeze in the back of the body And feel the stretch as you pull it in. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, back works. Exhale, back lengthens. 1 more time. Keep lifting the belly as you lift the leg and the arm. Exhale, round. Inhale, stretch it forward and take it down. Hand down, knee down. Whew. Sit back. Take a moment, soften. Just notice your breath. Feel your body, the heat in the body. All right, let's do downward facing dog. Come on up. Walking the hands forward, tuck your toes. Oh, lift your hips. Pedaling the heels a time or two. Shake out your head maybe. Right, coming into your down dog. All right. And then, of course, like it's fun to wiggle around. But let's see if we can't start to settle in a little bit. Pressing back. There's a back and also kind of a lifting up, right? So it starts at the fronts of the ankles, the top of the foot, right? Like we're trying to pull up from there, right? Lifting the shins up out of the ankles, even as we're stretching the heels back and down. So you feel an activation in the fronts of the shins, the fronts of the legs, right? Kind of lifting up. Feel that. And then, right, heels reaching back and down, sit bones reaching up and back. Right, as the heel bones, sure, reach back and down. The sit bones back and up, right? Lengthening the back of the body. The legs working and active. Take 1 more breath, just like this. Gazing forward, lift the heels, bend the knees. Let's bring the feet to the hands. Walk forward, jump forward. Ooh. Take a breath in the foot. Relax your head, your shoulders. All right. Fingertips on the floor, maybe your shins. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Send the heart forward, zip the belly. Exhale, fold in half. Inhale, come all the way up from the glutes. Reach the arms out wide, maybe looking up. Press the palms. Exhale, the hands to the heart. Dropping your gaze down to the fingertips. Maybe close the eyes. Set an intention for your practice today. Right, and any intention, as always. Right, and maybe it can be as simple as, right, staying present, staying with your body, staying with your breath, releasing the stories. The mind is super good at stories. Come into your breath right now in this moment. Right? Just feel your inhale. Feel your exhale. Again, inhale. As you exhale, release your hands down. Maybe open the eyes if you like. Turn the palms to face out. Take an inhale and sweep the arms up and overhead. Send the tailbone down as you reach up. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Fold in. Keep that lift in the belly. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen forward. Exhale, fold back down into the stretch, Uttanasana. Inhale, all the way back up. Root through the heels to rise. Exhaling. Hands come through the midline, hands down, palms out, inhale. Exhale, up and over, long spine forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, bend your knees, hands are down, step the right foot back. Step your left foot back, come into plank pose, top of the cushion. So our first plank pose, we had some hands and knees time, right? But first real plank pose, so, breathe. Try not to let it make you tense or stress you out. You guys have all done this a million times, so no problem. Take 1 more inhale, lean in. Exhale, bending the elbows to come all the way down to the floor. Right, curling the tailbone under. We want a similar feeling like when we were lying on our backs and we were trying to press our low back down into the floor. That same, press your low back into the floor right now. Imagine the floor is above you, right? Press your low back into the floor, reaching your hands back. Let's do Shalabhasana. Keep that action, lift the head, the chest, lift the legs, right? Imagine pressing the low back out of the back bend as you lift the chest and the legs into the back bend. Come on down. Whew, you have to do that a couple of times. Right, so the low back. Right, so it's that same action we always do, curling the tailbone under, but think the low back pressing into the floor, just like we did earlier. Pressing into the floor, lift the head, the chest, lift the legs. The tailbone under, low back lifting up. And come on down. All right, just a different way to think about it. Soften the hips a little bit. Let's cactus the arms. So you're bending your elbows, upper arm straight out from the shoulder. All right, like goalpost. Maybe they'll be football, right? Curl the tailbone under, low back lifting, right? Press your low back into the imaginary floor. And then legs up, head, chest, arms up. Right, same. Can we lift the backs of the hands? Can we lift the arms so that they're in line with the head? And then reach the arms overhead, straighten. Turn the palms to face. Lift up, inhale. Come on down, exhale. Soften, waggle the hips. All right, tuck your toes. Plant your palms by your ribs. Take an inhale. Exhale, press the floor away. All right, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stretch back. All right, let the down dog lengthen the back of the body, which hopefully did some good squeezy work in that Shalabhasana. One more inhale. Exhale, bringing the feet to the hands. Walk, float. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhaling the hands through the midline. Let's keep going. Hands down, palms out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, bend the knees. Hands are down. Left foot steps. Big step. Right foot steps. Back into your plank pose. Tailbone to the heels. Tailbone to the heels. One more breath. Press the thighs to the ceiling. Press the shins to the ceiling. Lean forward, inhale. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Bend the elbows, lower down. Hold here for a moment. Hug the ribs in. Flatten your feet, melt the hips to the floor. Lift the chest, cobra pose. Inhale. Exhale, lengthen and lower down. Do that again. Hug the legs in towards each other. Shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, lift the chest. Stretch the front of the body. Exhale, lower down. So thinking again about the lower back and that low back into the floor. And again, the imaginary floor, right? So we're curling the tailbone under, almost pulling the low belly off the floor. Keep that action. Use your upper back. Coil the spine in, lift the chest. Hug the elbows in. Keep trying to curl the tailbone under. Take one more breath. And then head straight back to down dog. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. Press back. Downward facing dog. All right, take another breath. Get super long. All right, shifting the gaze forward, inhale. Exhale, feet to hands, step or jump. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhaling, hands to heart. Keep going. Palms out, inhale, reach up. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees, hands are down. You can step or jump back. We'll meet in plank. Tailbone under. Strong arms. Right forearm down. Left forearm down. Into your forearm plank pose. Right, send the heart forward. Hug the ribs in. Press the thighs to the ceiling. That same low back into the floor. One more breath. All right, come into Sphinx. Knees down, flatten the feet. Melt the thighs to the floor, lift the chest. Draw the heart through, shoulders back and down. Oh. Inhale. Exhale, come on now. Take a breath, soften, little hip waggle. All right. We're gonna do that again, Sphinx pose. Come on up. Shoulders back and down, heart goes forward, tailbone under, right? Pressing into the floor, chest is lifted. All right, we did this before, but it's been a minute, so let's try it again. We're just gonna see how lifted can we be and sweep our arms back like Shavasana. And keep your feet on the floor. So, right, curl the tailbone under, right, get some lift from the lower back, lift the chest. Try and stay up, so hard. Release the hands back. Press your feet down, lift your chest up, inhale. Come on down, exhale. Relax, soften, my goodness. All right, we're heading back into forearm plank, so tuck your toes. Onto your forearms, hands shoulder distance apart, elbows under your shoulders. Tuck your toes, lift the belly, curl the tailbone under. Again, that lift through the lower back. Lift the knees. Forearm plank. Walk your feet in. Press the chest back. Breathe here. Right, dolphin pose. Feel that work in your shoulders. Hug the ribs in. Back to forearm plank, stay with it. Back to regular plank. Lean into your left forearm, plant your right hand. Push yourself back up to plank, inhale. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Woo. Feel free to take a breath, shake your head out, do all that groovy stuff. All right, and then send your right leg up into the air. Turn the toes out, lift your hip, bend your knee, stretch. Okay. Enjoy that. All right, straightening the leg, squaring the hips off, lengthen the outer left hip back. Reach through the left heel back and down, right? Sink the left heel to the floor. Reach the right heel up and back. Right, maybe that leg can lift a little higher. Hug the ribs in. Take an inhale. Exhale, knee to your nose. Round the spine, squeeze. Look forward. Pull your knee forward. So you're still on that knee to nose, right? Pull it through and step your foot between your hands. Drop your back knee, flatten the foot, sweep it up. Anjaneyasana, these for now. Right, square your hips to the top of your mat. Right, so pull your left knee towards your right heel towards your left knee. Right, square it off. Right, send the tailbone down. Now lean a little forward, tuck the back toes. Tuck the back toes, press through the right heel, lift yourself up into crescent. tailbone long, right? Breathe into the stretch at the front of the left hip. Do you want to straighten that leg a little bit? How about your low back? Low back into the floor. Get a little fullness across the low back. Press the upper arms back. Hug the rib tips in. Take one more breath. Feel that stretch. Lift your heart to the ceiling or the sky if you're outside. Then hands come down. Phew, step back, plank, pause. Pause. We're doing forearm plank again. So left forearm down. Right forearm down. Into your plank pose. Right ribs in. Fill the lower back. Send your heart forward. Bring your big toes to touch. Float your right foot up off the floor. Tailbone under, try not to lift your hips. Put your right foot down, pick your left foot up. Breathe. All right, left foot down. Sphinx pose, knees down. Flatten the feet. Oh, lift the chest. Maybe straighten the arms. Lift your elbows. Oh, stretch your belly. Scoop the heart forward. Fill up the low back again. Oh, yeah. And then bring it down. All the way down. Moment to rest. All right, back up Sphinx. One more. One more. So feel free to lift up as high as you like. It's totally up to you. You can stay on your forearms or lift a little higher. Legs long, feet fairly close to each other. Curl the tailbone under, fill through the lower back, and then scoop the heart forward. Maybe lift your elbows, right? Oh, stretch. Fill the lower back and scoop the heart forward. It's a pretty fun game to try and do both of those things at the same time. Take one more breath, stretch, maybe lift the chin, and come all the way down. Okay. Forearm plank pose. Back up onto your forearms. Elbows under your shoulders. Your shoulders love all of this. I promise. Tuck your toes. So we'll start at the top. Lift the belly, the ribs. As you peel your hips up, tuck the tailbone. Fill up the lower back. Lift your knees. Forearm plank. Walk it in. Dolphin. Right, press the chest back, hug the elbows in. Bring the feet a little closer, send the right leg straight back and up. Keep pressing the chest back. Try not to collapse into the shoulders. Right foot down, left foot up. Breathe. What could soften right now? What could soften? Bring your left foot down. Walk your feet back, stay with it. Lean into your right arm, plant your left hand. Press yourself back into plank, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Whew. Okay. If you need a moment, I kind of do. I'll just shake out my arms for a second because we have to do the need a nose. And let's have some juice. Okay. My arms just needed a moment. All right, back to down dog. Feel free to bring the feet a little closer together as you lift your left leg up into there. Turn the toes out, lift the hip, right? Oh, that stretch. So nice. Keep a lift in the low belly, a little fullness in the lower back. Straightening the leg, squaring the hips. Lengthen the outer right hip back. Right, sink the right heel as you press the left thigh to the ceiling. To the sky. Inhale. Exhale, knee to your nose. Pull it in round. Shift forward. Start to look forward. Shoulders away from your ears. Knee goes forward. Step your foot between your hands. Back knee down. Flatten the foot for now anyway. Let's come on up. Anjaneyasana. shoulders down. So we're lifting the hips, we're filling through the lower back as we possibly maybe bend a little deeper, right? Press the upper arms back. All right, I'm gonna lean a little forward to tuck my back toes and then press through the left heel. Press through the heel, lift your right knee off the floor. So again, trying to fill through the lower back, right? Broaden across the lower back. Press the upper arms back, right? As you broaden across the lower back. Lift the heart up, keep the low back full. Maybe bend a little deeper. Take one more breath, inhale. Exhale. Slowly down. Hands to the floor, step back, right? And then you can take any vinyasa that you like. So maybe you do your first chaturanga to upward facing dog. Or lower to the floor, you know. You know the deal. Stretch back, take an inhale. Exhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, walk, float, feet to hands. Lift up halfway, inhale. Fold, exhale. Chair pose. Bend the knees. Reach the arms. Right, so as you come up, the same work, can I fill through the lower back? Right, can I broaden across the back side of the waist? Right, and then lifting the chest. Mounting the shoulders down. Pressing the upper arms back. Maybe looking up. Oh my goodness. Right, slowly peel your heels up off the floor. Right, and then press your knees forward and your shoulders back. Slowly stand with the heels lifted, coming up, reaching up, breathe, and then let the arms come out wide as you slide down the wall. Bend your knees out front, come all the way down, hips to your heels, and then bring your hands to the floor in front of you for a round of Bakasana. I'm just gonna back up a little bit so I'm on my mat a little bit better. Especially when you're working to get your feet off the floor, really think about lifting your butt up into the air, right? You're trying to get your hips high up into the air. Think about that as you come in, right? Knees high up your arms. And you can even kind of tuck them in a little bit on the backs of your arms, your knees close to your armpits, right? Lean forward, scoop your hips up into the air, lift your butt up, up, up. And then if you start to straighten your arms, you can let the hips come down. But, right, first, you gotta get those feet off the floor, right? So, butt up. And you do lean a bit. If it helps to put your pillow or blanket or something out in front of you, do that. Because sometimes you do tip forward. These pants are terrible for Bakasana because they have all these holes and it hurts my arms. Okay. When you're done, either from your crow pose, I'm gonna break myself. I think I'm gonna exfoliate my arms too much if I do that. You can jump back, and take your vinyasa, or go straight to down dog. And you can do like knees, chest, chin, right? You don't have to chaturanga up dog every single time. Right, back to down dog. If you have the strength and the energy to do chaturanga and up dog every single time, then go for it, right? But, see how you feel. Okay, that's it. Right leg up, inhale, exhale, rounding the spine, pull the knee forward, step through, warrior one. Back heel down, inhale, rise. Right, send the tailbone down. Right, so We want a similar feeling of filling up the low back a bit as we try and square the hips, as we, lift the hip bones up, right? Square the hips towards the top of the mat, right? Root firmly into the back heel. Press that down to square forward. Hug the ribs in. Lift the chest up, maybe bend a little deeper. Inhale. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Leaning forward. Pin the outer right hip back. Get long over the front leg. Lift the back heel. Lean forward. Come into warrior three. Arms can go out wide or even overhead, right? But really get some juice through that lifted leg. Yeah, stand the lifted foot into the wall behind you. Or if there isn't a wall, just imagine there's a wall. Take one more breath. Strongest legs. Bring your fingertips to the floor. Whew. Take them on, or blocks. Please feel free to use your blocks. Lengthen the heart forward. Try and keep the outer left hip down, but the leg energized. Right, just like we were doing earlier. Heart goes forward. Right arm straight out to the side, coming into the twist. Peel the chest open to the right. So the right arm reaches out and then up. Left fingertips on the floor. Breathe. Breathe. Can you lengthen the spine any more? Right, lengthen the heart forward. Take one more breath. Gently release the right hand down. Bend your right knee. Step the left foot way back. Find your lunge. Take a moment to slowly straighten your front leg. You can have your hands on blocks. Relax the right hip. Easy forward fold. Maybe you flex the right foot. I should say easy Parsvottanasana. All right. Bring your right toes down. Turn sideways. Turn sideways. Parallel your feet. Even them out. Lift up and lengthen forward. So up onto your fingertips, heart goes forward. Take an inhale. Exhale, down to the floor. Your head to the floor, I should say. Right top of the head. Plant your hands, shoulder distance, and pull them back so your wrists can be under your elbows. If anybody wants to do tripod headstand, now's the time. Lift up. If you're staying in the Prasarnapadottanasana, lift up through the ankles. Lift up through the kneecaps. Right? Squeeze your sit bones together. If you're up, let's come back down. Inhale. Halfway lift. Zip your belly. Bring your hands to your hips. With a nice flat back, inhale, come the rest of the way up. Whew. All right. So from here, maybe bring the feet a little bit closer. It depends on how wide your feet are, but you may want to do that. And then we're going to take the left leg and turn. So the foot's pointing straight back. Pick the right heel up and drop it back, and we're going to do Trikonasana on the left leg. Reach out over the left leg. Stretch, stretch, stretchiest stretch. Hand comes down. Right, so the low belly lifting, the hip bones lifting up towards the ribs. Firm the glutes. Nice long right side. Nice long left side too while we're at it. All right, take one more breath in the triangle pose. Upika Trikonasana, firm the legs. Looking down into Ardha Chandrasana. So you can bring the top hand to your hip or not. Reach the left hand forward and lift up. Right, it's the open version of Warrior 3. We did the Parivrita Ardha Chandrasana, so now we're doing the regular Ardha Chandrasana. Lengthen the left side of your body. Breathe into all of this. Right, feel the heat in the standing leg hip. Yes. Take one more breath here. Maybe see your top thumb. Inhale. Exhale slowly. Bringing the top hand down to the floor. Start to square your hips off. We're just going to step back. Step back into the lunge, and then take a moment, either with the back knee down or the back knee lifted. Turn your left toes out to the left, and just soften into the left hip. Spin onto the pinky edge of your right foot as your left knee goes out to the side, so you can see the sole of your left foot. Maybe reach your left arm back behind you. Stretch. Hopefully you feel some stretch in that left hip. Swing it back around. You're facing the back of your mat. Step back. Take your vinyasa. Go straight to down dog. Rest in child's pose. Right, we'll meet in the down dog. Do what makes the most sense for you. Maybe that's chaturanga, upward facing dog. How's your breath? Okay. So we're gonna give the left leg a little more love now. From here, lifting the left leg up into the air. Inhale. Exhale, rounding the spine. Pull the left foot forward, warrior one. Back heel drops. Windmill up. Not really windmill. Let's say sweep the arms up. Windmill's kind of confusing. Okay. Outer left hip back. So again, we're trying to do that squaring off action. Press through the back heel. So your back leg is nice and straight, right? And as you're reaching up, fill the back of the waist. That same action here in warrior one that we were doing earlier, lots of different places actually, pressing the upper arms back, soften the shoulder blades down, and then hug those ribs in as you try and fill the upper back again. Sorry, fill the lower back again. Fill the lower back. Not that a full upper back would be bad either. One more breath. Bring your hands to your heart. Lean forward. So outer left hip still back, even more so now. Spin onto the ball of your back foot and square your hips even more. And let's come forward, warrior three. It's a big step. So, can you drop the outer left hip down? Outer right hip down, sorry. Ribs in, belly in. Arms out wide or overhead. Really juice up that lifted leg. Reach through the lifted foot and stand that foot on the wall behind you or an imaginary wall behind you. Fill the lower back. Last breath here. Bring your hands to the floor. Whew. Keep the leg lifted, but you can take a moment. Right, take a moment. All right. Longest spine. Juicy, juicy. Juice up that right leg. Right, lift it up so because it'll get heavy and sad. Right, so give it some juice. Lengthen the heart forward. On your right fingertips, reach the left arm out to the left. Lengthen the left hip back. And slowly peel open. Right, glutes are squeezing. Right, especially the left one. Squeeze it back and in. Lengthen your heart forward. Lengthen the spine. Take one more breath here. Oh my goodness. Slowly, slowly. Top hand down to the floor. Bend your left knee and land your right foot back there. Then just take a moment. Straighten the front leg. You're probably feeling some heat in the left hip again. So just let it soften in this easy Ardha Uttanasana. Maybe flex your front foot. Oof. Okay. Foot down if it's up. Turn sideways again. Adjust your feet. Parallel, feet pointing straight. Hands to your hips, let's come up. Whew. All right, so we're gonna do the C variation so we can stretch our shoulders. Hands behind your back. To interlace. And then just automatically do the awkward feeling way for our purposes. Reach the knuckles. Stretch your chest, your shoulders. That's nice. Lifting the heart. Inhale. Exhale into the fold. Come on up and over. Right hands coming up and over the top, however much. Maybe the top of your head touches the floor. Stay in your fold. We're gonna release the hands to possibly catch the big toes, right? And if you can grab your big toes, then elbows go straight out to the sides. And you're just gonna hold here for 2 more breaths. Firm up the legs, squeeze your glutes. Inhale, lift halfway up. Bring your hands to your hips, lift the rest of the way up. Oh, okay. My feet feel a little bit wide for Trikonasana, so I'm just gonna scooch them in a little bit, just like one little heel toe. And then spin your right foot, your whole leg, not just your foot. The foot, the shin, the thigh spinning in the hip socket, right? So your right foot's now pointing back towards what was previously the top of your mat. Pick the left heel up, drop it back, arms wide, belly engaged, glutes engaged actually, right? Reach forward. Reach, so stretchy. And then when you can't reach forward anymore, let your hand come down. I almost tipped over, that's why I was laughing. Reach the left arm up. Maybe look up and see your top thumb up there. Firm up the legs. And here too, can you make that space in the back body? Can you make the space in the lower back? Fill it up. Take one more breath here. Bring the gaze down. If you like, put your left hand on your hip. Bend your left knee, right knee. Reach your right hand forward. Come into Ardha Chandrasana. Whoo! Right, firm that outer right hip back and in. Reach through the lifted heel. Shine it out, right, in all the directions. Through the crown of your head, through the lifted heel, right, top arm reaching to the sky, and the right heel, foot really, just rooting down into the floor. Right, shine it out, one more breath. Oh, top hand comes down. Slowly squaring the hips. Don't worry, just for the lunge. Reach it back. Okay. So again, turning the toes out, let the knee come out to the side. If you're just like, I need less, put your back knee down on the floor. Right? If you're doing okay, spin to the pinky edge of your back foot. Right? And you're just bending the front knee into the hip stretch, maybe reaching the right arm back. Right, turn. Oh. Take one more breath. Back around. Hands down. Step back. Maybe take a vinyasa. Maybe go straight to down dog. Maybe a breath or two in the child's pose. Right, see how you feel. All right. Good job, everybody. Stretch it back. All right. Debating how to come into this. I have so many different ideas in my head right now. Let's jump the feet forward. Stretch back. Lift the heels. Bend the knees. Walk or float. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, fold. Chair pose. Right, feel through the back body. The lower back, excuse me. Press the upper arms back. All right, let's sit back into the heels. Reach forward, right? Breathe. All right, let's give this a go. Lean into your right foot. See if you can pick your left foot up, kick it forward, and just sit on your butt. I'm not sure if it's easier that way or when we come from higher up, but I'm going to turn to face you so you can see. So we'll go this way. All right. Shoo. Sorry, Tacey, this might be a little hard for your knees. So you just modify as much as you need to. All right, not this part, but that whole squatty thing. So for this, let's just bring the right shin in. So your left leg's out long. Oh. Cradle it, rock. Right, just do this however much your body lets you. Right, there's a nice stretch here. I really like to just kind of rotate a little bit forward And then maybe you get it and you're stretching your lower back too, which is pretty nice. Right. It's nice when you don't have a ton, like all your body weight pressing down into your hip. You can kind of play around a little bit more. Okay, sitting up is good too, like really up. And that'll also give you a good stretch. It's like pigeon pose. Okay, so let's pull it back. Grab the pinky edge, draw it back, get a little inner thigh stretch there. Scoop it under. Oh, pull it back some more. So we'll try a couple arm balances. You know, there's lots of things you can do from here. So, you know, just see what happens. Phase one is just getting your leg as high up your arm as you can. So you're inside the leg and you're trying to scoop it out and around like a backpack. Like a terrible backpack. Okay. The front heel squeezes down. So you're trying to pull your right heel towards your right sit bone. You want your right hand back as close to your sit bone as possible, right? Because you want it to be where the heaviness of you is, which is your whole torso, right? Left hand in line with your right hand. First, just see if you can get your butt up off the floor. And then if that works out, maybe you can pick your left foot up, lift your chest. Maybe hook your ankles and maybe lean forward out into Asana Vakrasana. And then back up, whoops, I slipped. And back to where you started. Okay, shake out the leg. Now, the fun part is we're gonna just try and come back into our chair pose. So that means we're standing on the right foot. This is good for us, okay? So you're probably facing the top of your mat, but I'll just keep doing it this way with you guys. All right. Reach forward. You're just trying to put your foot on the floor. That's it. All right, ready? 1. It's hard enough. 2, 3. Oh, okay. That was perfect. Okay. However that went, just find your chair pose. I know, I'm with you. Okay, here we go. Coming forward. We're gonna do the same thing with the other leg. So now you're gonna lean into your left foot. Kick your right heel forward and see if you can just sit on your butt. So be nice to your knees, of course. Isn't that fun? All right. Cradle. Cradle your shin. Your left shin this time. So just notice how your left shin, or not your left shin, your left hip does with this. Maybe this side's different and you need a different kind of leaning and stretching. Just see how you feel. See how your hip feels. For me, this side has a little more range of motion. I can play around a little bit more. But see how it goes. Do whatever. You know, you're just trying to feel some stretch here. There's lots of ways. Oh, all right. Now, arm inside. Inside and under. All right, catch the pinky edge. I forgot. Let's go back first. Like, wait, let's go in stages. Draw it back. The more you can get your leg up, it makes it easier. It doesn't mean it's not possible with your knee lower. It's 100% possible. It's just easier to get out into the Asana Vakrasana if you get your leg higher up your arm. But it doesn't mean you can't, at the very least, pick your butt up and pick your front leg up. Like, those things are still possible, even if your knee is around your elbow, you know. So just get it as high as you can. So let's tuck in. Let's do that. Oh, right. Up and over. As high as you can. Again, your hand comes back. You want to get close to your sit bone. The closer you are to what you're trying to lift, the easier it is going to be to lift it. Line your hands up. And then you're going to kind of lean forward and send your butt back behind you. Lean and lift. Yes. Lift your chest, lift your leg. And then hook your ankles. Your right ankle goes on top of your left foot. And then go forward, lean and squeeze. Asana Vakrasana. There, oh, I did it better on that side. Back to center. Oh, so we did it on the first side. And don't worry however that went, it's fine. Obviously, oh my God, it doesn't matter. It doesn't really progress you on the path to enlightenment. It's just, you know, fun stuff to try at your yoga practice. Okay. It keeps you present, keeps you paying attention, right? And then it gives us something to aim for. So it gives like a little motivation, a little, you know, it gives us a little, feeds our tapas, feeds our agni for our practice, right? Okay, stand on your left foot, right leg out. We did the other side, so we have to do this side too. 1, oh God, 2, 3, oh, that was better. That was less crazy. Chair pose to stand. Oh, okay. Let's have upside down time. Oh. If your arms aren't too tired, if you're like, you're crazy, I need a break, lay down, put your legs up. You know, Viparita Karana, you can put your shins on your sofa or an ottoman or a chair or whatever. If you don't have some wall space. If you have a wall, come to the wall. If you're doing balancing, because I know a couple of you can, feel free to balance. Use your furniture, you know. They can substitute for walls a little bit anyway. But just, you know, have some fun with it. We don't have a lot of time. I kind of went a little extra. So let's just take the next 3 minutes and do whatever sort of upside down thing suits you. We were on our forearms a bit, so you're really prepped for Pincha Mayurasana if you want to do that. But really, any inversion is fine. And again, feel free to put your legs up if you feel like, oh, too much, you know, if you need a break. All right. So whatever floats your boat. Dang it. I have to practice my handstand. All right. How much more time do you have? Well, like about a minute left. Yeah, let's say about a minute. And then we'll do a couple back bends. We've done a bit of back bends already, but let's do one more, whatever you got. One more upside down thing, and then we'll take it down to the floor. Hi, Chihuahua. All right. Wrap up your upside down. If you're doing headstand, please take a moment to do child's pose. Right, let your neck just have a little decompression moment. Right, it's, you know, a lot of pressure on your head. So you just want to give yourself a moment or two to let your neck soften. And then let's just lie our backs and we'll do bridge pose or Urdhva. Let's start with bridge. You know, your arms may be tired. We did a lot of arm things. So Urdhva may be just too much right now. So let's start with bridge. See how that feels. If it feels like nice, good, you know, feeding your back bend urges, your need, we can just stick with that. You know, no need to force anything into Urdhva Dhanurasana. But if that is something that's going to work for you today, we'll have an opportunity to do that as well. Okay, so bridge pose first, Setu Bandhasana. Knees bent, feet flat. Feet hip distance, they can be a little bit wider, you know, see how it feels in your body. You just don't want to go super wide, right? Because then it starts to get a little bit kind of jamming in the lower back, in the sacrum. All right, lifting the hips. Let's see if we can, again, find that filling up through the lower back, right? It's going to be difficult as we come into the back bend, certainly, but that efforting in that direction will help keep your low back long. Right, come into the interlace. Maybe do the opposite interlace if you think you might do Urdhva Dhanurasana. Puffing the chest and filling across the low back. right? Notice the challenge of that. Stretch your shoulders, your chest. Keep your head neutral. Press the big toes down. Take one more breath. Come on down. All the way down. Take a moment. All right, and then just assess how energetic your shoulders and your arms feel right now. And if you think, yeah, I think Urdhva would make sense for me, totally, okay, let's do it. If you're like, maybe, try it. And if you think not, then let's do bridge pose again, right? So you decide, and let's come up. So lifting the hips and interlacing the fingers if you're doing bridge pose, planting the hands, coming up onto the top of your head, get set up, and then up into your back. All right, breathe. Even out the stretch. Don't overdo the lower back. When you're ready to come down, come on down. Oh my goodness. Oof. I'm sweaty. All right, what time is it? Okay, well, realistically, we should probably stop. So let's hug the knees in. Just based on time, like we're probably gonna run long anyway, so let's kind of nip that in the bud. Hug the knees in, rock. All right. We're gonna do the same twist that we did at the beginning of class, but maybe cross your legs. Or maybe do the Padangusasana, Supta Padangusasana variation with one leg out long and the left knee, right knee, I'm sorry, coming up and over the top to the left. If that's too much, both knees, or if you prefer, you can cross. You guys know, do a twist that makes sense for you right now. Let yourself relax into it. Right, soften the shoulder down. One more breath. Gently back up. And then whatever you were doing on the first side, just reverse it for the second side. So cross the other way or send the other leg out long. And let's come into side two. And just relax into it. The goal is to twist. It's not to get anywhere in particular. So allow that rotation to happen in the chest, the shoulders. You can turn your head, rotate the neck. Let's soften. Gently back to the middle. Hugging the knees into the chest, a little soft rocking, nice for your low back. All right, and then let's go forward and back to come up to seated. So come on up. Sweaty. Paschimottanasana. Legs out front. Nice and long. All right, we'll take not a super long hold, so we'll take about 5 or 6 breaths. Reach the arms up, big stretch, inhale. Exhale. Stretch the back. Get long forward. Oh my goodness. Let's lift halfway back up. Inhale, lift halfway up. Lengthen forward more and come back out into your fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, the rest of the way lift. Okay. One round Upavishta. We did the standing up version in our Prasarda Padottanasana. So let's do the slightly easier sitting down version. So legs out wide, toes pointing up. Walk forward. These simple stretches are, you know, all you really need. I mean, of course, all the other stuff is awesome and fun, but like it really hits like the major stuff, you know, the big important muscle groups. As much of a stretch as you like. So if you're coming all the way out, you know, whatever works. If you want to hook your toes, feel free to do that. Ah, that stretch, so nice. All right, halfway lift inhale. The rest of the way lift, exhale. Hug the knees in, scoop and hug. Oh my goodness. All right, if you're up for it, we're gonna do single pigeon. We did a little bit of that stretch sitting up, so now we're gonna kind of get into it a little bit more. If single pigeon is just not right for you for any reason, do maybe thread the needle, or you probably know what hip stretch is good for you, so go ahead and do that. But if you're okay with single pigeon, let's bring your right shin, it really doesn't matter which, but here we are. Right shin across the top of the mat. It can be at a little bit of an angle. Bring your left leg back, square it off. Right, we kind of lean out of the stretch when we go to the side. So really try and bring the outer left hip down, or your back leg hip down. There's a nice hip flexor stretch here at the top, right as you lift your chest. Fill the low back, right, fill the low back. Anytime you're ready, out into the fold. Lock it out. Come on in. See what makes the most sense for you today. All right, what's gonna feel just so? Well, I know some of you out there have really flexible hips, and you may find pigeon pose to be like, okay, this is nice, you can relax and breathe, which is great. If you're comfortable enough that you want to add a little bit of more stretch, a little rotation, you're going to turn towards the front knee. So if your right leg is forward, you're going to scoop your left arm behind your right arm and turn towards your right knee. And then come down. And you can stay like this. You can bring the right arm around and look for your right foot. That seems like a lot of work right now, so I don't know. We're trying to relax, so don't do anything that makes you work too hard. If something under your head would make sense, feel free to put your blanket or a block. I kind of feel like I'm so far away. I'll get it from the other side. Now that said, you don't have to do the rotation. And if you're doing it at any time, you can come out. Just think we'll be here for about 5 more breaths. Longest exhales. All right, if you're in a twist, you're rotated, straighten yourself back out. Let's take one more big breath. Inhale. Sigh it out, exhale. And then come out of this however you like. So if you want to do down dog, feel free to do down dog. If you would rather just sit and sweep your back leg forward, you can do that. whatever makes more sense. I'm just gonna grab my blanket so I have it. And I didn't even say it, but of course, propping your hips however much you need to. Let's bring the left leg forward, or the other leg, whichever one you didn't already do. It really doesn't matter which leg you do first. Right, if you liked the hip flexor stretch at the top here, feel free to stay lifted for a breath or two. You just feel that. That's pretty nice. Feel the lower back. And then as you're ready, out into the fold. Long exhales. Once you feel kind of settled in here, you can decide. And if you did it on the first side, maybe just give it a try on this side. But you know, like always, you don't have to stay there. If it doesn't feel right, if it just for whatever, you know, move, undo. Right? But maybe add the rotation. Oh, that's better. It's much more comfortable with something under my head. So feel free to stay in the rotation or not. And stay for as long as you like. We'll take approximately 5 breaths. More. Long exhales. I'm going to say the blanket under my head makes a huge difference. It's like 1,000 times more comfortable. So if that was the thing for you, I highly recommend it. All right, as much as I feel like I could stay here for so much longer, if you're in the rotation, unravel. All right, take another breath, inhale. Sigh it out, exhale. And again, maybe you exit through down dog, maybe you don't. I really did that on the first slide because I wanted to grab my blanket. So in any case, coming out of that, to lie down on your backs. Hold on, roll it back. All right, once you're there, you can do happy baby. You can just hug the knees in, rock a little bit, kick out through the heels, stretch your thighs, like whatever. You don't really have to do anything, honestly. You can just lie in Shavasana immediately. Feel free to add props. So for me, usually I just like to lie flat in Shavasana. But what I've found to be a really delightful addition to that is a blanket on top of my hips. Like this just, it's very soothing and grounding. You can have it wider too, which is also nice. If you want to focus the heaviness in one place in particular, you can hold it. I think I'm going to leave it open. But it's just, I don't know, it's nice. It feels very grounding. And I feel like we all need a little bit of grounding right now. And not that it's bad to, you know, feel the intensity and like be in that, but it can start to be a bit much for our systems to process, right? So like reground, right? And if you're going to go out and do some protesting today, like go for it. Yeah. But, right, take this moment to just ground. Right, and even, you know, whatever, but I just feel like generally the energy is a little intense. So we're going to enjoy our Shavasana, right, and really feel the connection to the earth, right? She's under there. And for some of us, some of you, a couple of you maybe are outside and much closer, but right, she's under there. Just let yourself relax into that support. Relax into that firmness, the steadiness of the earth. And if you have a moment today, maybe get outside and actually touch, get your feet in the grass, right? Touch the earth. That grounding energy really will go a long way. Let your body relax. Allow your attention to just drift through, right? Softening as you go. Noticing the quality of your breath now at the end of your practice. The quality of the mind. And hopefully it's a little bit easier to drop in and let the thoughts drift away. And we'll rest here. The whole body soft, relaxed, resting. In Shavasana. Slowly begin to deepen your breath. As you bring your awareness back into your body, feel your fingers, feel your toes. Maybe stretch, reach the arms, stretch the legs. And then gently hugging the knees. So if you did put a blanket or something on top of you, I'm going to put that out of the way. And just hug the knees and maybe rock time or two side to side. Staying soft, staying this nice easy Shavasana. Feeling, roll to your right side. And just rest your head on your arm. Allow yourself to soften here. We'll gently press up to seated. Come on up. All right, and as you come to sit, feel free to just keep your eyes closed, but if you did open them, let's close them again and notice. Right, so just one last moment or two here with the attention inward and just noticing how you feel, how your body feels, how you feel mentally, emotionally, or just notice the effects of your practice and how everything is really so deeply connected. Bringing the hands to press, bringing your thumbs to your sternum. Take an inhale, lift your heart to your hands. Exhale, gently bowing in gratitude for this practice, for all the goodness, the joy it brings. Grateful that we're here experiencing all this stuff, this time. It's an amazing time to be alive. Right? Grateful for all of that. And the prayer for peace. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om shanti shanti shanti. May all beings everywhere be happy, be free. May my actions in some way contribute to that end. Om peace, peace. Thank you so much for practice. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday. Hopefully we'll see you in here soon. Namaste. Namaste, everybody. All right, thank you so much, y'all. My plan is that we'll probably keep Zoom going for a little bit longer, even after we open up again, but really excited to get people back in the studio. So maybe unmute, there's an opportunity. All right, good to see everyone. Thank you. Hi, Ellen, Tara, Tacy. Hey, Tosh, hi. Thanks, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, guys. I'll send an email for sure as soon as I know exactly when, but I feel like the opening will be sometime soon in the next week or two. So, all right, yay. Bye, Ellen. Hi, Tara. Hey. How's it going?